What's going on, guys? Insanity Productions here, and today I'm giving you a breaking block tutorial. Basically, what a breaking block tutorial is exactly what it sounds like. You're literally breaking a block. Now, I'm going to teach you how to do this. So, step one is to leave that over there. Type B's just to make life easy for me. Now what we want is we want a Steve, human, zombie, whatever flip you want. I'll just do Steve, it's easy. Y0. Right? And just to make my life easy, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate this, unhide it, and drag it a bit just to make my life easy. You can edit it how you want. I just want to make my life a bit easier, and of course it does that. I want this frame to disappear. Right, so now I've got our swinging animation. Sweet. Now what we want to do is we want to add a block. So let's just say, wrong one. Let's just say a cobblestone. Now let's create this. So let's go to somewhere where you can see where the block. So there. So I want it to be where that is, so about there. So now when it does that, it goes bam, bam. Right, now how did we get, where the hell's that block? How the hell did we get this effect? Well, it's actually quite simple, to be fair. Probably really simple. What I did is, now first of all, actually before I do anything, is we need the textures. So how do we get the textures? Now there's a way of doing this. Basically what you want to do is you want to go into your minimator folder and go into data. And you find data, there's all this random malarkey that we don't care about. All we want is the Minecraft folder. Then since this is just a zip file, I can just open it. But it might be a win.rar, winzip, whatever. Just find it. Now go to assets, Minecraft, textures, block. Now what we want to do is, just to make life easy, search destroy. It's called destroy. Now what you can do is you can take this, drag it, and place it there. But I don't want to do that. So can I get rid of that? I don't want to do that. You can do that and put it in a folder. As you can see, I've already got my folder over here. So what we want to do is go back into this. Let's close this. Go back into that. And we want to create a cube. Now what we want to do is, I've already got all the stages here just for this example. What we want to do is we want to just create the cube. Just create it as normal. Parent it to the cobblestone and make it 0.01 bigger. Just so it's slightly bigger. Now what I want to do is, if you haven't already, done the blah blah blah, is grab this. Go to project and library. I've already done it with this one, so this. Texture, browse, go to whatever you created, block break, destroy stage 0. And once you've done that with all of them, so you found them all, yeah. Now what there should be is, if I've done this correctly, I might just have to change it. Texture has all of these textures in it, including O2, okay. Okay. And what we want to do is, at the very beginning, just until it gets here, just have it invisible, because we don't need it. And here we want the texture to be destroy stage 0. Now, as you can see, we have this. Not 3D, but you can still see that it's breaking. So what happens is, when he hits the block, it does a break. And we want to do that for every single frame. Every single frame, bring it up by 1 stage. Now I've made my life easy and just dragged it out by 5 frames each time, just to make it easy. You might have it a bit different, but it should, be easy, because all you're really doing is changing the texture of it. Once we get near the end, though, is 1 second, time lapse, let me just finish this. Right, now we're finished. Now as you can see, it's all done. Now what I did with the other one, as you can see, is, wait a minute, I made a mistake. Ah yes, I did do a mistake, 1 sec. Yeah, I fixed it. Now as you can see with what I did with this one, is I just made it, just for the sake of it being simple, made it just after this frame oops, wrong thing. Made the cobblestone disappear to make life easy. But what we could do to make it just a, you know, that little bit better, just that little bit better, is we want to create a particle spawner. Now why do we want a particle spawner? Because we want a particle spawner. Because what we want to parent it to is the cobblestone. Now, what we want it to do is not have the visibility, and what we want is we want it to not create particles. So at the very beginning it's not creating particles, and at the end it creates particles. Now what we want to do is we want to drag this up until it's about in the center. So I'll quickly just drag this one behind so I can see. So that's about 8, I think. Get in. It's an 8. So now, what we want to do is we want to go into this, go into the project properties, and go on to particle creator and open editor. Now as you can see, there's multiple different things. And now there's a spawn region, or custom. Yeah, custom. So we want the custom, you know, to be, well, custom. In fact, wait, let me try and figure this out. Yeah, let me just figure this out. Yeah, we want it around 16, but maybe a bit bigger, so about 18 maybe? Yeah, 17. Say 17. Now what we can do is we want to go to this cobblestone. And now as you can see, it's just a caboodle of nonsense. So what we want to do is we want to have rotation, random, yeah, I think. Let me just quickly spawn constantly? No. Right. Now what we want is we don't want it to spawn that much. I just want enough for an example, so 100, let's say. But let me just quickly find an example now. So let's say 40 per minute. Oh, for God's sake, 1 sec. Right, I've just put it at 20 just for an example if it wants to spawn any now. So now we want the initial XYZ not to be random, and we also want all of it, so yeah. We want all of it, so you click the speed option. Now, what we want is we want the initial Y to be random, but we don't want it to be going down, we want it to be 0 and up. Between, okay, let's say 100 and 50. 50. We want the add Y to be a lot, just a lot. Ah, way too much. Ah, I'm failing hard. Clear, so you can see. Now as you can see, the cobblestone, if one wants to fall, thank you, it falls more realistically. Now, we want the initial X to be random, and the initial Z to be random, so it sort of moves in a random position. Want the add X to be very slow and the add Y to be very slow. It's about the same, except from, wait, what? 1 sec, let me try and figure this out. Alright, this will do for now. I just want to quickly move on to something else. We want the sizing of the scale to be much smaller, so let's say about 0.25. Enter. Spawn. Looks a bit better. Looks just a bit better. But we don't... Oh, I just realised I've made a mistake. Yeah, let's try this again. Yeah, that's much better. Right, I made a mistake. We don't want it on spawn region. We want this to be on the ground. So if I spawn now. Now, as you can see, they're halfway in the floor. Okay? They're halfway in the floor. We don't want this. So what we want to do is we want to add the ground to maybe 1 to spawn now. Now they're a bit in the floor, but it's not as bad, so let's spawn some more. Not that bad, because we're going to make them disappear after a second. Now, we have it after... oops. We have it after 10 seconds when the particles are destroyed. So, when the particles are destroyed, we want it to be about 3 seconds. So let's try this again. Yeah, good. And also might want to edit this, like, change the initial Y down from 50 and 25 maybe. And we want a lot more add Y, just not too much. Let's try this again. Way too much add Y. Just finesse it until you get about the right amount. Nope. Initial Y and 50 and 100 maybe. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's much better. Now, I think we want this to be random. Okay, let's try this again. How do I fix this? Sugar. Does that screw anything up? And why do they all slide? That's it. Why do they all slide? Bounding box. Ah, yeah. Actually, figured something out. Right, what we want is we want to have the Y start to be low. Low as Y1. So 0. So it's on ground level. So with the bounding box, what we want is we want to drag the ends in. So when we drag the ends in, so let's say about 50, 50, no, about 100 each maybe, I don't know, I have no clue. 100 here. This'll do, not the greatest, basically just try and finesse with it until you get the end. Just make sure the Y end is, that's a bit too high. Make sure it's high so the blocks don't, for example, if I have it like this, so the blocks don't just stop. So they don't stop. I think I figured it out. Maybe, one sec, let me try this. Did I figure it out or not? Ah, oops. I figured it out. No, I didn't. Maybe it's multiply then. Can I have minuses on the multiply? I can't. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out the bounding box thing, which absolutely no clue what the hell I'm doing with this thing, because I rarely use particles. I just wanted to create a nice tutorial for people. Yeah, I found this happen. Yeah, I may have created a bouncy castle. Teaser warning. I'm gonna look away. Oh, my eyes. Yeah, no, we don't want the multiply. We just want the multiply to be 1. Yeah, we want that to be about there. I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. You got me sort of. You see what I mean? I have no clue what I'm doing. Yeah, just screw the add Z and add X. I don't know what the hell to do with that. You're just gonna have to deal with the slide for a bit. Boom. Now if you want to, you can increase the height of it. Where's the height option? Where's the height option? Where's the height of the ground level? Oh, where is it? Oh, where is it? I can't find it. I'm gonna do it now. Where the hell do I go? Where is the fantasy? Ah yes, I have lost the ground. Oh, it's because of... Oh yes. Ah yes. That's why it was in the ground a bit. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's a bit better. Now, what we want this to do is here spawn particles, so... Let's have a look at it now, once I've closed everything. Let's have a look, see how it looks. Now, it won't look the greatest. Yeah. Well, that's my breaking blocks tutorial. I am extremely sorry for the lack of knowledge of particle creators. I rarely ever use them. But I do know some basics. I'm just... Yeah. Actually, wait a minute. Actually, one sec. I'm gonna see if I can do something. If it doesn't work, just it'll probably just cut to me saying it didn't work. But if it works, you'll find something out. This is insanity again in editing and realizing how stupid I am, because I have got 6 minutes of me messing around, not knowing what the hell I'm doing. Right, so I have figured something out about the going back. It helps a bit, but not that much. It kind of, if you do it wrong, it gives the wrong effect. Depending on how far away your blocks are going, what you can tick is this orbit attractor. Now if we go back to the actual particle creator itself, we can go to attractor, particle creator, force, I'd say 0.1 for the best effect that I found. Now when it hits, they slowly slow down, although some of them do go back. Apart from that, it actually works quite well. And I think I've just figured out something so they aren't just stiff as a rock. Pun not intended. Now if you go back to the particle creation thing, rotation speed, initial and add random. No, not that. Multiply by random. Try that now. Nope. Random. A lot. I know. A lot. And not a lot. Let's do minus 360. That's 260. 560. And 560. 360. I tried to... 360. Boom. Right. Try this now. That's 260. Stop it. 360. Boom. You don't work. I swear I got that. That makes a lot of sense. Really? You're not gonna work? Oh, it's minus 360. Dang it! I want this one to be minus 360 as well. Minus 360. Flip, you always forget to do that. Minus 360, and make sure they're on random as well. And 360, right? That's just 60. I want 360. Thank you. That's free for my god. Nightmare. Thank you. Alright, let's try it now. Ah, yes. How foolish I was. Ah, that's why. And this to be much bigger. For God's sake, minus 360. There. Right, I'll be right back. You don't want to do it on the edge, you just want to do it on the bloody initial. So, yay, time lapse. Alright, I did that. Now, as you see, it's just only the initial. What we want is to multiply it. I think multiply 2. Let's see this. It looks a bit, you know, more realistic because they're bouncing around before they find a bit to slide. Now, problem, great, another one, yay. Why is it so difficult? Okay, let's try this again. And boom. Right. I think I'm done, hopefully, bleh. Blah, 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 blah. Right, I hope I'm done and blah. Yeah. Got a keyframe in a random area. I don't want it dead, no. Yeah. Now, hopefully this tutorial is actually helpful. If not, don't put it in the comments. I know it's probably the worst tutorial I've made. Apart from that, hope you guys enjoyed and it went well, hopefully. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. Oh my god, I'm doing a sharp wind except from a range tutorial. It's a breaking block tutorial. But anyways, yeah, that's gonna be today's tutorial. I don't really care if it went right or wrong for some people. I'm just annoyed because I tried doing a tutorial and it's failed. It's failed so hard. Anyways, I still have no outro. See you in the next video. Open your heart and give it to me. Breathe new insanity. Show you